here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're glad that you're here. Just understand this is a coaching clinic of a sort where we actually talk about some of the most important topics in your mind, right? So we normally do that by a very simple exercise. We break you out into breakout rooms. We don't break you completely. We just break you out into breakout rooms. And we normally change it depending on the maturity or how much knowledge you have of Agile, right? So if you're just a beginner, intermediate, we'll have a breakout session for that. And then, of course, if you're an advanced and want to go into that session, I think, Art, you're going to lead that one today, sir? You're going to make that happen?
I'll do it for you.
That sounds really convincing. Like that was
so excited.
That came from the, So I think he's probably going to need some help. I don't know if someone's going to help him out just in case he needs a drop of any sort. Who wants to help? Art. You got it, Joe?
I can help Art, yeah, sure.
Joe, all right, Joe.
He needs a lot of help. He needs a lot of help. There's medication. There's a whole bunch of stuff. All right. So he's going to take care of the advanced group. And I'll start with the beginner intermediate. But the cool thing about this, again, it's a lean coffee exercise. All we do is we have a jam board. Well, I don't know what tool he's using right now, Art, but and you put up your stickies, we prioritize, and then we talk through it. So before we get started, I want to make sure I introduce myself. Again, my name is Rick Reguera. I represent Transformation Experts. And Lou, do we have anything there to showcase who we are?
Absolutely. Actually, on the chat, I just shared a link to our free events. And you know what? Let me go ahead and share that. Okay. So this is Transformation Experts. We do Agile, as you as you might have guessed. And we also have free community events every Wednesdays and every Saturday. So for example, these Wednesdays, we're going to have a lean user experience from 6 p.m. to 7:30. Okay, if you want to register and you want to come and enjoy the evening, be my guest. I'm gonna share the link to the registration page right here, so you can go ahead and take a look at it, and it's gonna be great. Okay, we're gonna have Eric Weber and Joshua Seiden talking about Lean UX plus Scrum. All right. So if you're interested in learning, if you're interested in having organic conversations about Agile or pretty much anything, join us. This is a free community. We're doing this to learn and to support your Agile learning journey. Okay. So yes, this is Transformation Experts. And what we do, the event we're doing right now, it's an Agile coaching clinic. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at our website, we have blogs, we have recordings. We record everything we do online in terms of free events for you to, check it out later, take notes, and learn from it. So welcome.
And I think that's the big headline there. It's free as in beer. If Marcelo was here, he would actually provide that.
I know.
Yes, we're having these sessions free, and we've been doing this for a long time. These are really cool Agile shirts. Again, get one. We're trying to create some new Agile shirts. So if you have an idea for an Agile shirt, let us know so we can go ahead and add one in there. It just opens up a lot of conversations every time I wear it. Please support the group by doing that, by buying a shirt. I think you mentioned all the great certifications. We have all certifications. If you're looking for a certification, you have it here. But I want to make sure you understand what Transformation Expert does. We do help organizations through their transformation. Right. So if you're looking for coaching, if you're looking for support, for leadership, training, we're here for you, and we're going to go ahead and keep building that component of our company. All right. Nelu, did you have another question there or something? I heard something.
No, I'm good. So I think this just, sorry,
Nelu, my apologies.
No, that's okay. So just check it out. This is our Agile Coaching Clinic website. And just check out the cool shirts, the certifications, and the free events. You really can't miss this.
All right. So now we're ready to move on to the breakout sessions. This is when we talk about what we learned. So welcome back. So again, we broke out. Now we're back. So the idea is that we kind of share a little bit of what we learned, right? So this is your opportunity to just tell us, hey, this is what I picked out of this session.
So I'm going to start with the beginner intermediate team. So is there something that you got out of this session that you want to quickly share with the group, something that you learned? I would love to hear from people that are new as well, because I put you guys on the spot. But what did you learn?
Gina?
Hey, so I really caught that conflict resolution. It was actually a concern of mine. So that was a really good discussion. Just the fact that he was saying that, you know, maybe the developers don't know each other. Maybe everybody's new. So there was a lot of good solutions to that. And, but yeah, I learned a lot. I'm a little nervous, but I learned a lot.
Awesome. Great job, Gina. All right. Who else? Al?
Alvin?
Sure. So in our beginner group, I think in a couple contexts, just the fact that start with where people are, whether it's the organization, whether it's the tools, and just being new, and something Rick said, to understand how that group has done work in the past and how they have succeeded. That's a good entry point for just getting them to buy into going to a next level or some new ideas.
Awesome. Great job. Anyone else? Gigi, you have your hand up, or is that from previous?
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm getting better at that. So I just love the part where we talked about the facilitation skills, because that's one of the most important job duty the Scrum Master has. I love the icebreakers that someone suggested. And so I'm going to use those. Those are really, I mean, where you really want your team to speak up, it's a good thing to have.
Love that. Thank you, Gigi. Who else wants to speak up? Go ahead and unmute yourself. Introduce yourself. Go ahead.
Deborah. So
Deborah?
I was, before I came to the meeting, I was in my head, I was trying to figure out what's the difference, if there's a difference between resistance and conflict. So I was able to understand this part better, and whether it comes with resistance or conflict. The main thing that I learned is team building. We most of have to do team building. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Alfonso.
Yes. Another thing that was pointed out is investigating who your team is, you know, investigating who they are, the type of team you have, whether they are, like you said, are they, you know, more socially, you know, not really friendly, but they're more talkative, they're more, you know, social, interactive, and others, or, you know, more about getting the business done and just getting to work, just, you know, learning and observing what type of team that you have is very important. Also, the working agreement, and you said something about avoid managing with a whip. So a great facilitator empowers the team, empowers people. So that was some really good standout points right there.
Awesome. Thank you, Alfonso. Tim, the last one. Let's go.
All right. So I learned a lot about how to apply my existing experience to Scrum Master, how to frame that in interviews and my resume as well. And just a lot of good conversations, good books, references, terminology like Kubler-Ross. Like, I haven't heard these things before, but I think it was good.
All right. Awesome, Tim. All right. The advanced team. Sharing is caring. Talk to us.
Well, hey, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I learned today, we talked about a wide array of things, the difference between Scrum and Agile. We kind of got into that. We went over some of the pros and cons of returning to the office, and how it affects people, how to keep our teams engaged during an outage was, I think, a very productive discussion. We bounced a lot of ideas off of each other. And Agile and government was also a very interesting conversation that we had today. Good conversation, great group of people.
Wow, pretty cool. Anybody else from the advanced team? All right. Or did he
Go
ahead.
Today, we learned lots of important questions about sprint review, sprint demo. Is Agile is more like cooking or baking? What do you think of that, Rick?
If it's more related to cooking or baking.
Yeah, so that was my question, Rick.
That was
like,
good one.
That's a good one.
That's fun.
Since I don't cook, I swear I would know the difference. You're like, what in the world? I put things in the microwave and that's it. It comes out. So you got me in trouble there. I don't know where to start.
I think that's an interesting question.
Yeah, it is. So how would we answer that? Is it more like cooking?
Let me give you a little more background on this too. Like so when I used to work at Nexter Energy, I used to one of the enterprise architects. We started talking about just general cooking or whatever, and I'm like, so I'm curious. Do you think Agile is more like cooking or is it more like baking, right? And so it brought a good discussion. So I think it's a good concept.
I think it's more like cooking.
Sure.
Why?
Because you can, when you bake, it has to be precise.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When you cook, you can add a little bit more of this, a little more of that. It depends how you like it. It depends how people you cook for like.
And you can be tasting while you're cooking, right? And say, that maybe needs a little bit more of this, right?
Just.
Mm-hmm.
But that Joanne had a good point too. So tell us about the baking part, Joanne.
Well, on the baking part, if you're not more precise, in cooking, you can always go back and change the flavor, but when you mess up on baking, you cannot always go back and change it. So they have to be more planned. So I was thinking, when it comes to baking, you plan it more like a sprint, and then when you're cooking, it's more like a Kanban.
Interesting.
That's how I look at it.
So I don't think we're going to answer that question, and you're making me hungry. So that's a problem.
I'm not making the green juice, Rick.
I think it's a great question.
It is. It brings out a lot of interesting conversations. So that's our lesson for next week. Make sure you bring in some food or something, or bake something, or bring something
so we can show it on air, and then everybody gets really hungry.
There you go. And you tell me how you did it. Was it Agile or did you try waterfall? Okay, I want you to do that test. But so great job, guys. So this is what we do every Saturday. It's a very tight community here. If you're here for the first time, hopefully you've heard a lot of jokes. I know I've been throwing out a lot of jokes out, but many times they come back to me. Trust me, they get me pretty bad. Okay, so this is a equal opportunity to make fun of people. So be aware that we expect that, but it's all in good humor, so we can help each other out. So anything else? So this is the happy hour part. We talk more about how you're doing with your life, your area, whatever case. So that's really what we want to talk about now.